Hi everybody, I'm back with more. It's still Easter Sunday and I'm still determined not to do any cleaning, so I'm back to some books. This time I want to show you a slice of my large format picture books. Again, it's a teensy slice. You can see there's quite a pile here, so let's get into it. One of my absolute favourite creators is Katie Scott. Look at her superb illustrations. These were put out in Australia by the 5 Mile Press. And there is of course Animalium, which you may have. If you don't have it, you have to get it immediately. But it is just truly, this has spawned the most beautiful collection of books under this title, Welcome to the Museum. And there's a bunch of new titles coming out in this range all the time. I think the last one I got was the Dinosaurs one, not illustrated by Katie, by other illustrators as well, but just look at this superb creation in the back. How divine is that? So gorgeous. Let's have a little peek inside. Oh, you could just frame that alone, couldn't you? And what I really love about this book is, sure, it's for kids, but I think it's really ageless. I think it's something that adults will buy for themselves to enjoy, and they will share them with the kids if the kids are super lucky. This one was written by Kathy Willis, and you can see here it's quite a sophisticated layout and design. It's quite high text, and it's written in a sophisticated way, but it's certainly accessible by many different age groups. I would say 8 and up could easily enjoy reading with a little help for some of the younger ones, and certainly younger children can enjoy just for the pictures alone. Love the design, and I mean, you know, really. You've seen this, I'm sure. Surely you've seen this book. If you have not, where have you been? Where have you been? You must own it. So this actually is the like a tree of life, really, isn't it? It's how plants were essentially created, and it starts down the bottom here. This is talking about land plants and how they branch off into different sections. So this is the bryophytes, vascular plants, seed plants, gymnosperms, angiosperms, eudicots that lead up in here into astrids and into these floral species. Oh, look over here. Oh, my goodness. You know, I still get entranced, and I've looked at this book a million times. It's just really, really divine. So it's divided into these different chapters, and here they're covering the first plants. Look. And they cover algae, bryophytes, fungi and lichens, club mosses, horsetails and whisk ferns, and environment carboniferous forests. It's just too much to bear. I actually bought the poster book so that I could frame some of these. I have it here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Hang on a second. Oh, book's falling. Here we go. That's the poster book, and that's got some of the superb illustrations from the book, and you can actually pull them out and frame them, which I am going to do as soon as humanly possible. That's one of my favourites. That's definitely going to be framed. There you go, Botanicum poster book. Big picture press, by the way. Okay, and I forgot to tell you the publisher. Oh no, I did tell you the publisher in Australia. It's the 5 Mile. All right, look, just look. Gorgeous information, beautifully laid out and designed, stunning illustrations. You must track them down. Right, next. Piotr Socha and Wojciech Grajkowski. This is published by Thames Hudson. And actually, I think the Book of Bees was first, so I'll show you that too. I can't remember now. But truly, this is one of my favourite large format books of all time. I cannot even express to you how much I adore this. It is so beautifully crafted, so beautifully illustrated and designed, and so accessible to many different ages. You can see here beautiful end papers. I mean, just look at the covers. Oh, Pure bliss. I have to stand because it's so large. Look at the half title. Look at the title. Look at the first spread. So completely beautiful and really accessible. Information down the side, labelling across the spread. Look at the different types of leaves. Pure, pure heaven. Superb, superb book. And look here. And I love that he also incorporates different elements, not what you'd expect in a book like this. So here we've got trees used in religion and family trees. How clever. The tree of evolution. And there's one spread I really want to show you. I mean, look, tree houses. Oh, good heavens above. How superb. Oh, this one. Look at this image. Look. This, children, is how trees used to be felled many, many moons ago. Unbelievable. Really stunning book. And the companion here, I hope there's another on the way. Guys, can you just chop, chop? This is the Book of Bees, and you can see this is one of the books that's had the plastic treatment. And I plan to do all of the books I own like this. It's going to take me years. And again, such a charmingly beautiful book. All about bees. So creatively done. This one is about the beehive. Sorry, flailing here. Beehive. This one is about the beekeeper's equipment. Look at these gloriously quirky characters. What else? Oh, look at this one. How divine. Oh my goodness, just look at those divine characters. And this one is about beekeeping in Ethiopia and beekeeping in Cameroon, how differently they do it over there. Oh, it's just a joy. Kids would love this. They'd be so fascinated. Here is unusual beehives. Beekeepers at work and the different types of honey. The daily buzz. Oh, it's just, you just go get it now. Get online, order it, have it delivered. All right, there's a big pile. I'll try to speed up a bit. All right, this is by Laurent Moreau. It is My Wild Family, and it's published by Chronicle. Okay, and this one is very cute. So here we have, I have a very special family. My older brother, he's strong and respected, just don't upset him. And it's got the picture of the elephant. My little brother, flighty and a dreamer, his head is often in the clouds. He's also an excellent singer. And the kids have to find where the animal is. And of course, there's a bird over here. It's just got a lovely, gentle narrative, bringing animals into our everyday lives. The lion on the beach. Really quirky, cool illustrations. Fabulously fun. Lots of things for kids to seek and find. Love, love, love it. Love the style of illustration here. It's almost stamp-like. Next, The Amazing Animal Adventure, an around-the-world spotting expedition. And this one is by Brendan Kearney, and it's by Laurence King. I don't know if you know any Laurence King books. You would know them in terms of you would have seen them around and about, but I particularly love what they produce. All right, so all around the world, spotting expedition. And the text and research was by Anna Claybourne. I just love Brendan's illustrations. They're a cross between quirky cool and a little more commercial, but in such a beautiful way. These beautiful expressive eyes. I do a lot of these eyes in my work as well. And they just lend such character and quirk, and they allow the illustrator to put much more emotion on the animal's face. And look at him. Look how cute. Just adorable. Travelling around the world. So here we've come across Greenland Tundra. can see here, I'll zoom in a little, and the different types of animals that can be spotted in this landscape. Glaciers over here. North American prairie. How beautiful. Isn't it divine? Death Valley. Let's skip forward a little. The Russian taiga. British rock pool. This is really cool. Look, we get to peek under the water. You see the birds at the top, and then we get to peek under the water. It's just a fascinating way for kids to explore animals around the world. Australian outback. Look at the eyes on these creatures. I love this kind of eye. It's so expressive. Just adorable. Look at that cockatoo. Superb. Great for animal-loving kids. Next. First word, art charts. So this one is by Wide-Eyed Editions. And I love, love, love their books. I have most of their books for very young readers. These are, they're not, the cover is board, but the pages aren't board, but they are nice and thick. Lovely rounded edges, beautiful colourways. You can see the spot UV on the front there on some of the illustrations. First word, art charts. So these are charts that you can actually pull out of the book. You can leave them in situ, or you can take them out and put them on the wall. The paper's that lovely matte paper that just weathers so well and looks so beautiful, particularly with saturated colour as they have in this book. And it's just essentially covering all these different themes. Sea creatures, look how gorgeous those illustrations are. Pets, African animals, quite a few pages actually. Shapes. So a lovely way to decorate a child's room if you're looking for something super cool and quirky. And apologies, this was illustrated by Aino, Maija, Metsola, and that's published by Wide-Eyed, as I said. Another Wide-Eyed book, Illuminature. This is by Carnovsky, and it's written by Rachel Williams. This is fascinating, this book. What they've done is they've created, it's almost like 3D, but they've created several layers of colour. And so when you open the book, you get this little set of 3, you can see that okay? 3 different colourways, cellophane colourways, red, green and blue. And then you actually use them to look through, and different parts of the illustration will become apparent. Just wondering if it will work if I put it over the camera. I'm going to give it a go. Let's open to one of the spreads. So how to use this book. Here we've got the Congo forest, and then it actually has, it's just such a richly designed book. So it has an intro on the Congo forest, then it has a spread that kids can explore with the 3 different types of coloured cellophane, and then it has 2 sections. One that talks about the nighttime and twilight animals and the daytime animals, and these are what have been found in the spread. So kids can discover them and then explore more information about them. So let me just see if this is, oh, that's so cool. Oh, okay, so let's see if this is going to work. I hope it does. Oh, it's a little tricky. It's strobing a little bit, but can you see I've put the green over? And can you see that you're seeing plants there? You can see here this palm tree, so it's not working too well, but you can see it's just showing up the plants there. So that's the green stuff. Then if we move to red, we can see, oh, it's working! We can see the animals. So there's the gorilla, chimpanzee, elephant, baboon, it looks like there's a bird up the top there, so I can't see very well. Some lizards. Yeah, how cool is that? Shall we look at another page? Oh, this is so exciting. Let's have a look at Loch Lomond in Scotland. Right. So you can sort of see the shadowy outline of some of this coming up really well on the camera, actually. It's a bit harder to see in real life. And then if we put, let's check out the plants. So we're going to put green over. It's hard. The green's not doing very well, is it? It's interesting. You can kind of see that it's showing up the plants, and then if we move to red, we can see the animals. And the blue one, it says, see nighttime and twilight animals through the blue window. I did find that the blue didn't work super well. And you'd have to experiment because it's just super, super dark. I don't know whether they actually created the cellophane too dark. You can only just really see the animals, can't you? It's not super, super clear. Yeah, it just seems a little tiny bit dark, unfortunately. But anyway, beautiful book. Check it out. See if you can find a copy. This was published quite a few years ago, so not sure how easy it is to find a copy now. Hopefully it's not too hard. All right. This is a lovely series. I just showed one recently on Instagram, the one about plants, and it's just such a beautifully designed series. So this one is A World of Information. And this one is by James Brown and Richard Platt. From cloud classification to Roman numerals, an essential miscellany of fascinating facts for curious minds. And aren't curious minds the best kind of minds? Diamond peppers and all sorts of lovely things covered. So knots, cloud classification, solar system, the golden ratio, music notation, planet Earth, periodic table of elements, phases of the moon, organs of the body, beautiful monochrome spreads, solar system, just an information hound's joy. Oh, here we have the semaphore alphabet. Love, love, love. The bicycle and its parts. Absolute heaven for any kid that just loves facts and figures and information to be inspired by. Love this series. All right, this is one of my favourite books. This Flying Eye is another publisher that you've got to have your eye on. Gosh, they do beautiful books, including all the Owen Davey animal books. And this one is called Beautiful Birds. It is illustrated, actually I'm not sure who the author was, but the two creators are J. Roussen and E. Walker. And it doesn't say who does what. I'm presuming Emmanuelle Walker does the illustrations and Jean Roussen does the text. Loving this spot colour, this fluorescent spot colour with these beautifully crafted eggs. Gorgeous, gorgeous illustrations. Look. Oh, just pure heaven. This is just something I so aspire to, this kind of beautifully created, superbly crafted illustration. A is for albatross, the admiral of the skies. B is for bee-eaters, beware any bug that flies. And on through the book with this divine fluorescent pink spot colour peeking out on a lot of those pages. I'll just come in so you can have a closer look at these. How completely superb. Some more, the lyrebird, the lark. Really, really beautiful book. One to just treasure. Or buy three and pull one apart and frame it. Don't tell the publisher I said that. Not that they'd mind, but, you know, sacrilege and all that. Gorgeous. Look that one up. Beautiful birds. Okay, next one. Spot It Again by Delphine Chedru. Delphine, I have quite a lot of her books. She's super, super quirky and super cool. This is one of those lovely European style books for younger kids, and it has that lovely hard card with the rounded edges, and then inside some thick paper pages. And this is a spot and find one. Isn't it sweet? Just adorable. Find the Wandering Caterpillar. The thing I love about Delphine's work is that she's incorporating beautiful design and patterning, modern design, you know, adult design into these books for children. Just because you're 3 or 4 does not mean you can't appreciate beautiful design and beautiful art. Look here, the earthworm with eyes bigger than his stomach. Wonder where he might be. And these lovely little pop-ups here. Look, how sweet. The colourings. Isn't it gorgeous? Here's another one here. The 4-leaf clover. Not all of the spreads have a pop-up. I don't think, from memory. This one. Oh, maybe just some of them. Chilly little spot. Here we go. The snake searching for her baby. Really beautiful. For those lovers of design and illustration, this is an absolute must. Gorgeous. Spot it again. Oh, Jim Curious. This is another book that I take to schools. I have a school PowerPoint presentation called I Love Books, and I talk about the different genres of book and styles. And I talk about those books that cross genres, so they're not only, say, a picture book, they're also maybe a graphic novel or a pop-up book, or they have, they're non-fiction or they're narrative, and they combine many different genres in one. This is just one of my favourites. I have never seen children react so, they all freak out when they see this book. It's a 3D book. There's glasses. Ooh, knock myself out. There's glasses in the back here. So when you put the glasses on, as I do with 3 children, and then you open to the most horrifying page in the book, holy cow, which is this one. And I tell the kids they're going to be scared and run screaming out of the room. Oh, I'm not going to be able to show you this, obviously, because there's only one camera, not 2. But it's just so beautifully created, and it has a lovely narrative through it. So Jim actually jumps in the ocean and goes searching through the ocean, and comes across a slew of incredible creatures. It's really, really cool. And it does have that sort of graphic novel style appeal as well. So older kids would enjoy it too. Right, we'll put those away. Isn't this fun? How many jelly beans? Lots. This one, A Giant Book of Giant Numbers by Andrea Menotti, illustrated by Yancy Labatt, and it's published by Chronicle in the US. And I also take this to schools because it's different. It's different. It's not just a counting book. Love these end papers. What a simple thing. How many jelly beans? How many jelly beans would you like, Emma? 10. How about you, Aidan? 20. And on goes this delightful narrative, taking these kids through counting jelly beans until we reach epic proportions. And what I love at the end is that the pages unfold not only that way, but also they open up, I'll try to show you, this way to 1 million jelly beans. And I've challenged many a child to count and check that there are 1 million on that massive poster. It's just really good fun. Kids love to giggle and be enchanted, and this is a book that does that, and it's super huge, this book. All right, this is by Jean-Luc Fromental and Joël Jolivet, and this is published by Abrams Books for Young Readers. And this is just one of a series of fabulous books. You might have seen the Penguin one that they've done as well. And it's just a supersonic romp of, events that are triggered by other events. And of course you can find things along the way. It's got a lovely little narrative all the way through. It's just really good fun. It's chaotic, it's noisy, it's colourful. It's great for kids for all ages would really enjoy this. Sorry, I'm whizzing through here. Really love Benjamin Shaw. His work is divine. He has a couple of these books, or 3 now, I think, about bear. And again, really tall format book. That dust jacket's getting a little ratty, unfortunately. I must cover it. Beautiful end papers. And again, his books are they're really magical, but they're modern and cool and quirky as well. They've just got this real charm to them, this warmth to them. High atop the Opera House with snowflakes falling fast, Papa Bear and his cubs snuffle their snouts up through the snow. "We can't stay here," Papa Bear grumbles. "This is no place for a nice long nap." And again, these full pages that kids can just pore over for so many hours, just checking out all the little things that are happening along the way through the story. This is magical for children, these kinds of books. It's like a million narratives in one. through these visuals. Look, just beautiful. The insides of a ship. Who wasn't intrigued as a child? I know I was, about cutaways, about being able to see inside a ship or inside a house, an apartment block, and see what people are up to. It's just an absolute enchant for me. I love these kinds of books. Right, next. This one is called The Great House Hunt, and it's by one of my favourite creators, David Carly, and Marc Boutavant. He's done a lot of books, actually, Marc. This one is published by Tate. So again, it has that lovely artsy feel. Super high gloss lacquered red cover. And if you want quirk with your books, David Carly is the person to give you that. The Great House Hunt. And who doesn't love bugs, really? This one is, the narrative is carried by the critters talking. It's just so sweet. They chatter along, they go on this journey looking for this new house. It's just so much fun. Colourways, look at that. It's just genius. Look at those colours. Super cute, super cool. If kids want to listen, be in on, eavesdrop on a conversation between a bunch of creatures looking for a new home, then this is the book to do that. It's really great fun. Had that for a while, that one. Okay, I gave you a peek of this one in my Instagram video. This is by Hélène Druver, text by Emmanuelle Grundmann, and this is published by Thames Hudson. Really one of the most exquisitely crafted books that you will see. It's called Ocean. And inside, oh golly, I know this would have been expensive to produce, but I just lament that we don't really do this kind of thing in Australia. It's just, I know why, but because our market's so small, but gee, it's heartbreaking. So, sorry. So, look at this for a title page. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Can you imagine crafting this? Complete talent. And then as we move through the book, we learn about the ocean, of course, with lots of lovely little pockets of text to engage children. Something as simple as this little wibble-wobbly cutout here between these pages. How beautifully crafted that is. So as we flip over, we can see the different depths of the ocean. See here? And what creatures can be found at those varying depths as we go down lower, deeper into the ocean. So superb. The water cycle. And then we flip through here. And look, oh gosh, I just want that spread for my wall. What a treat of exploration. Little pop-up stones here with text behind them. Absolutely divine. Look. Here. I won't reveal too much more. I'll let you explore for yourself. Another little pop-up here. Let me just find another spread to show you towards the end. Oh, golly. I mean, even just something as simple as this, when we're looking here, at the polar oceans, and we can discover deeper into the ocean there. Just a simple concept of being able to unfold the page there. Beautifully done. Beautiful, beautiful creation. You're after something that's just purely collectible as well as totally enjoyable and enchanting. Ocean is the one. All right, another beautifully crafted book. My only complaint about this book is that it's really too short. I wanted it to be 10 times longer. That would have cost them an absolute fortune, but anyway, I would still have paid for it. Inside the Villains by Clotilde Perrin, another favourite, and this is by Gecko Press here in our market. Translated from the French, of course. If you love fairy tales, you're going to go bananas over this. Oh, heart race. The Wolf. I'm the wolf, everyone is afraid of me. Yes, it's true that I sometimes happen to eat, devour lost children, little pink piglets, grandmothers, and occasionally even baby goats. And we get to meet the wolf by opening up here. And we get to go even further. So here are wolves. First of all, we can do some chomping here. And then we get to peek inside the wolf's brilliant ideas. So, for getting invited into houses, that's his tips for getting invited into houses. Swallowing chalk for a softer voice, so he doesn't sound too much like a wolf. This one says, bring a disguise. Looks a bit like grandma. Take the shorter route. It's all his brilliant genius ideas. And then here, of course, underneath grandma's nightgown, we see a tummy that looks like it's been stitched up. And then inside here, what do we find? Missing guts. This is his missing guts. And inside we've got children and piglets and goats. Oh, it's just too special. A little creepy, but just so special. Kids love this. Kids don't find it creepy. Kids find this cool. And then, I'm not going to reveal too much more because there's actually only 3. There's not enough. Want more? So there's the witch here and the giant. And I will leave you to discover those inside the villains. Beautiful. Peter goes, rivers. This is exquisite. It really is such a triumph, this book. Published here in our market by Coco Press. And Peter actually did a book called The Timeline, and it was a huge, huge bestseller. I think it was purple cover. I've got it somewhere in my collection, and I fell in love with his work when I got that one, and this is a follow-on. Oh, look at this. Oh, my God. Wow. Such cleverness in the world. So the contents, they go through various continents and focus on certain rivers around the world. And then he just goes into detail discussing, laying out here. Look, this is Europe. And then we explore the United Kingdom. And it's just this journey around the river life in these different countries. So the Thames River, the river once had 2 names. Some called it Isis, others the Thames. The name Thames comes from Celtic, Temesis, sorry, reading glasses problem again, meaning dark. The Thames Tunnel under the river was dug between 1825 and 1843. So just a bunch of fascinating facts. And look at the design of this book. Can you even believe how beautifully crafted? Genius, genius. Love it to bits. Here's the Elbe in Germany, crossing into Poland. Here we cover the Volga River. And I don't know how to pronounce that, Dnieper? The Kama, the Barents Sea, Norwegian Sea. Here we are coming into the North Sea here. And I just love the colourways. I love how beautifully designed this is and how each spread has its own colouring. Stacks, stacks, stacks of pages, stacks. It will take you a month to get through, but you could not be happier while you were indulging during that month. All right, remember I was talking about the Welcome to the Museum series. Here's one of the books that was created after the hugely successful Animalium, and these are continuing to pop up. This one called Anatomicum. It's just so beautifully done, as per usual. Big picture press, thank you very much. This one is curated by Katie Wiedemann and Jennifer Z. Paxton, or Z. Paxton, I'm sure. Similarly to the other books, it just has this wonderful introduction, contents, and then goes through the parts, various parts, anatomy of the body. Fascinatingly, beautifully constructed joints, connective tissue, muscular system, digestive system,
central nervous system. Pure heaven. Grab it. All right, I've only got a few to go. I know, sorry, it's getting a bit long. Islandopedia. Love to learn about places in any way, shape and form I can. Prefer to visit them, but when I can't, I go through the pages of a book. I've never been to Ireland. I've lived in the UK, but I've never been to Ireland, unfortunately. My husband's Northern Irish. This just is the most beautifully constructed book. It's a compendium of maps, facts and knowledge. It's by Fatty and John Burke, and its publisher is Gill Books, Gill. How adorable, how adorable. Isn't it wonderful, the wonders of Ireland. All right, so it basically takes kids through. This first one is Dublin City. So it has little pockets of information, beautiful illustrations, really accessible pockets for kids to explore, gorgeously illustrated. This one is Antrim, so it's covering the counties. And of course they're going to do major cities as well, so that's why they've done Dublin. This is Armagh. Cavan. It also has Gaelic in it, Kildare. Mayo, I think it does include Northern Ireland as well. Tipperary, absolutely beautiful, wonderful way to explore a place that kids might not have seen yet, or that you might not have seen yet. Whew. Getting a bit warm, might have to have a quick drink. All right, Atlas of Adventures, another wide-eyed editions, illustrated by Lucy Letherand. And this is exciting experiences and fun festivities from the four corners of the globe. Look at those monarch butterfly end papers, beautiful. Gorgeous map. And it's just charting some of the little places, some of the little icons from the places around the world. Contents page. And then we cover the different continents. So we start with Europe. And we just explore different sites around the world that kids might be really drawn to. So here we've got the London Eye and all that it reveals. The Highland Games. So it's not only the Fiera del Cavallo, watch the horse parade. That's not only places to see like Venice, but it's also events and happenings and traditions, which I just love that kind of thing. The Moscow Metro, look at that superb illustration. Isn't that just a joy? Gorgeously produced book. Northern Patagonia. Hot Springs, a monkey around in Nagano's hot springs. That's one place I must get to spar with the monkeys. Holy Festival, paint yourself a rainbow. Wonderful book that nurtures children's understanding of culture and fabulous traditions and events around the world, as well as places around the world. Mark Martin is a deep love, and this I took ages to get. This is one of his earlier books, and I finally snuffled a copy. Exotic Animals A to Z by Mark Martin, and this one is published by Big Picture Press. Love, love, love their books. And it's an A to Z, of course. So we get to meet these beautiful animals from A to Z. The narwhal, the owl, the Tassie devil, the Ulysses butterfly. Again, one of those books that you can just pore over for the visuals, or you can slice up your second copy and pop it on your wall. Yuval Zomé is another gorgeous human being and clever, clever man, and he's done a big range of books, large format books. The Big Book of Birds is one of them. He's just done a flowers one, I think, that's out soon. I've got to get a hold of that as soon as it comes out. These are published by Thames and Hudson. I'm sure you've seen them. Follow him on Twitter. He's very active on Twitter and he's just a darling. What I love about Yuval's work is it's just warm and charming, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's a bit unique. Sometimes we see the same old kind of style of illustration or construct of a book, and his is just really unusual and unique. There's not many books like this, and it's just done with such heart. Here he's done a portrait page. Look how beautiful, the bird family tree. How many birds are there? Covers a lovely range there. Oh, there's another portrait page. Feathers and flying, all about how birds use their feathers to fly. Look at those illustrations. Magpies, and he's obviously covering a range of birds. Parrots. And this is for a younger audience. It doesn't have a lot of text, but it has enough text to really engage and encourage children to learn more and to just take pure delight in the subject matter. So yeah, he just put out the Big Book of Blue, which is taking kids under the ocean as well. I think that was last year. Have a look at his work. Okay, only 3 to go. This is fun. All right, Hello Atlas. This is brilliant. Love, love, love this. And there's an app that goes with it. It's by Ben Handicott, illustrated by Kennard Pack. Love Kennard Pack's work. Love, love, love. And this is a wider-eyed editions. Gorgeous fluorescent pen papers. And it says how to use this book. It says the Hello Atlas has been designed to give you a taste for the rich diversity of languages spoken across the world today. Before you start, ask for help to download the app. And it's free to download and is available on Google Play or App Store. Sorted by continent, it features a wide variety of languages. Some you'll recognise and some will be new to you. Such a brilliant idea. Absolutely love it. Love the layout and design. It's almost like a comic strip style. And if I just come in closer so you can see, it has a range of children. This is Alice. She speaks Swedish. And it says, where do you come from? Var kommer du ifrån? I can't say that. Du ifrån. And then this is Katerina. She speaks Catalan. Hola, hello, ¿cómo está? How are you? Bon profit. Enjoy your meal. Just such a lovely journey exploring all the different types of languages. Here we've got Welsh, Hungarian, beautiful illustrations. Korean, Lao, Mandarin. And then we've got languages of North and Central America, so it's divided, into areas, into regions and continents. Look at those, beautiful. Such treasures. Wonderful way to expand children, expand the way they see the world and the glorious diversity that we have on this beautiful planet. It's so important for children to connect with this kind of diversity. Second last one, City Atlas. Travel the world with 30 city maps, again wide-eyed editions. This one was illustrated by Martin Haake, Haake, and Georgia Cherry did the words. Again, beautifully designed and illustrated. Lovely cloth-bound cover. And here we are. We've divided the book up into several different cities. Like that Irish book, Irlandopedia, just ripe, bursting with beautiful illustration and information for kids to explore. Here we have Lisbon, Barcelona, Amsterdam. So essentially city maps expanded and made accessible for children. Also covers the country, the language, population, and it also asks you if you can find certain things as well. Kids love to do that. Last book. I've covered this one in another video as well. This is Maps by Alexandra Miskilenska and Daniel Miskilensky, and it's published by Big Picture Press. Travel the globe without leaving your living room. This is one of the books that made me fall in love with large format books. I know that they're a little bit difficult to shelve, and I know some bookstores and libraries hate them, but they just allow so much more detail that kids can explore. And this is just truly the most beautifully crafted book. Covers a bunch of places. Starts out with a world map. You can see this is well thumbed. I've been over and over and over it. Starts with Europe. Here's Iceland. And it's essentially a pictorial travelogue with labelling. So here we have Sweden. It's a good one to show you up close, actually. And what they've done is they've just covered each map with people and clothing and food and sights and animals and plants. and monuments and cultures and traditions. Absolutely gorgeous. Love the little quirky details. Love the design. And it's, I would say, actually I can tell you how many pages. I'd say it's well over 100. 104. No, 108. 108? How is that possible? Anyway, lots and lots of pages to indulge in. And at the very end, there are flags of the world. Love flags book. I have a wonderful flag book somewhere, actually. I have to dig it out. Okay. I'm going to do baby books next, like board books. I might wait till tomorrow because my head is spinning. It's just, makes my heart race and my head spin going through these books. I hope this was fun for you and that you've found some new treasures and that some of these books excite you and that you can get your hands on a copy if you are head over heels in love with 1 or 20 of them. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed that, and if you want to see more or what type of books you would like to see, maybe pop-up books or board books or graphic novels, let me know and I'll do another video. It's lovely to see you. I hope you've had a lovely Easter, and I will be back soon with some more books. Lots of love. Bye.